All right, War Robots fans, this is Bagofsoup back with another video here. What I'm doing this week is I'm playing around with some of the bots in lower level tiers. I know there's a lot of newer players starting the game, or they're playing lower levels to farm for resources like gold and silver, so they can make a higher level hanger. And at the lower levels, you want to definitely go for damage and beacons, so you can get a lot of gold and silver per match. One of the things I recommend starting out is once you start to unlock your hanger slots, is to after you get three or four hanger slots, is to use some of your gold to get a Gepard or Gepard. This light bot right here is one of the best bots at lower tiers for the speed, hit points, and firepower. Also, what's neat about this bot is it's one of the last bots in the game that gets max level speed as early as level 1. So whether you run a level 1 like this one, level 2, level 4, it's all the same speed. You just get a little extra hit points. But since you can't upgrade a bot, I really recommend to keep your Gepards or any gold bots as low as you can, play at the tiers that you want to play at. So I had 4 Gepards already. I've just gotten over time. I actually won this last Gepard in the Christmas event a few weeks back in opening a random chest. And I'm a guy who actually doesn't like to use a lot of Gepards. I think it's pretty overpowered with its speed, hit points, and firepower. So I really try to run none of them, maybe 1 or 2 in a clan match. And so it's kind of funny that I won a 5th Gepard in that Christmas event. But I really think it's an awesome bot. I recommend anyone playing at lower levels have at least 1 or 2 of them minimum. And you will earn that 1,200 gold you spent back pretty quickly with it. So here's some of the setups I'm running today. The best setup I can recommend once you hit level 20 player level and unlock the workshop points, the third currency, is get some magnums. They have no reload time, have 350 range, and do a lot of damage. You can run up to level 12 weapons in low silver tier with a level 4 bot. So magnums are the best overall weapon to use with Gepards. Punishers are not so great on a Gepard, but they've gotten improved since last month. I like them on other bots, but I'm just testing them for fun on the Gepard. But I don't expect great things on this particular setup. Pinatas are great starting out until you get magnums at lower levels. You can hit and run with the fast Gepard and do a lot of damage with those pinatas, but they have a high reload time and a lower range, so you have to get in close and hide long enough. If you're in a clan battle, you may get hit by other guys with magnums that don't have to reload. But it's a fun setup and a great starter setup. One of my favorites for clan play or solo play are the CRV pins. You can use them up to 500 meter range. They have a big splash radius when they hit. You can hit faster moving bots like other Gepards. You can also hit up close with them and they'll do some great damage. So I recommend this setup running solo or clan play. It's just fun to use. And they hit through armor and shields just like pinatas, which are both great if you run in the armor or shield bots. Finally, the geckos is another great setup, especially in clan play where you can be sitting back in support and have a couple other friends going close for beacons while you back them up. They do a lot more damage than people realize, and they're about to get a buff. This is January 11th, 2017. In a week or two, the 2.5 update's going to hit. They're supposed to get a 15% damage buff, so that'll be really neat. So this is the setup I'm running. Normally I do not run all Gepards. I don't like to beat up players in lower tiers, but I want to show you some different setups you can do with them based on the map and situation. And definitely recommend that this is one of those first gold purchases you make if you're playing at the lower levels. So we'll see what map we get. Mount Tau is an open map. I try to start with my magnums first, so I can hit at a 350 range, don't have to reload, also can get up close and get beacons. Your goal is to get damage and beacons, and the Gepard is great because it's fast enough to get beacons and also powerful enough to get damage. Now normally I'd go for this beacon over here, but I probably can't get that beacon and this beacon at the same time, so I'm going to let some other player go for that beacon. And I want to get to center beacon first, so I can still get 2 beacons to start the match. I can prevent the other team from getting center beacon. I can also be the first to start getting damage rather than going for that far left beacon. And if I see any other Gepard players out there or other heavy hitters, I can corner shoot them from up here and prevent them from getting up here. On this map, usually whoever gets up here first is going to do best. I already see a rhino up on that bridge, so I'm going to have to be careful. I'm watching for the molots over here, and there's a griffin down there. Use your cover as best as you can. I'm corner shooting off to the side. That molot guy is trying to whittle me down from range. Not much I can do there. Also trying to hit rhinos from the side. Usually you don't see a lot of armor bots and shield bots come into low silver. And magnums and terrans and other plasma weapons don't tend to do so hot against them. So you've got to hit them when their shield is down or when they are turned to the side. So I'm just going to kind of hold up here. I know I've got a teammate with me. When you're playing on higher or lower terrain, use the lock-on feature below the red targeting button. That'll help you stay locked onto a target even with changes in elevation or if they move in front or behind other players. I'm not really doing a lot of damage against that guy's shield, and I don't want to be whittled down by artillery or that guy's molot. So what I'm going to try to do is get to a place where I can hit this guy from the side, and that can take him out a lot faster while everyone else is shooting him straight ahead. And I can close in on this guy and take him out if possible, so those molots aren't hitting me anymore. Until then, I've got two different guys to watch out for here. This guy's playing it real smart over from the corner, so he's definitely not a newbie, even though that setup is not very powerful. I'm going to try and whittle this guy down using some corner shooting. The Gepard is fantastic for corner shooting. As you can see, this guy's damage is going down pretty quick, even with just one magnum hitting him, and there's not a lot he can do to me without splash damage weapons. So it took a little while, but we took him out. See if we can close the gap on any of these guys. That artillery guy I'm not too worried about. But these big bots give you a lot of damage. You get a bonus for taking out bigger bots. And he has a lot of hit points that will help you get more silver or gold at the end of a match. So I enjoy those heavy bots. We can finally work on this Cossack. You can see why the Gepard and Magnums is such a powerful combination, because you don't have to reload. You can literally just hold down that button, and all you have to do is worry about being in range and making sure other players can't hit you. I'm low on health, but I still have all three guns somehow for the moment, and I'm able to take out a number of bots with that first one. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and switch into my CRVs. They have a red team member that's come over to take that beacon. I'm not too worried about that because we're winning on the beacon bar, and we had a guy down there get it. I would probably leave that beacon red because I can go back and recap it anytime, and we're way ahead on the beacon bar. My goal in a match is to prolong the match as long as possible and win. So if we can hold 2 or 3 beacons ahead of them and still win, but not make the match end too quick, I can get more damage and kills and beacons that way. You have to watch out for your teammates either not getting enough beacons to win a match or getting too many, and decide what you're going to do. So the CRVs are great from a 500 meter range. If you see the damage I just did to this guy, I'm going to try to hide from his molots as best as possible using cover. And but if he had magnums or something, he really wouldn't be able to hit me from that range. So he's taken out. If you're fighting other Gepards in clan matches or solo, that's why these CRVs are so great. You can hit people from range. All you have to do is run out, find them, hit them, and run back. And look, I've just done a good 35–40% damage to that guy with my level 11 CRVs. And anybody that tries to come this way is going to get hit, and then you get back to cover. That's a pattern with magnums. He's already over half hurt and hasn't even gotten to 350 range to hit me yet. Plus, if you're fighting a rhino or shield bot or something, then these CRVs are going to go right through them in damage. So that's real helpful too. So that pattern was gone before he even got near me. So this is a great setup, as you can tell. You still have a 12-second reload, but it's a lot faster than a pinatas, and you can see I'm also hitting that guy behind the corner there. Another good reason to use splash damage. The pinatas have some splash, but the CRV pins have a bigger splash at range, so they can hit bots behind corners and hit fast-moving bots as well. So let's take a look at how we did. We were missing a guy, and no one really got out and got into the battle, as you can tell. They kind of hung back. One guy got some beacons, so he'll get the gold for that. I didn't. I wanted to prolong the match for more damage, so I could get that 5 gold for top damage, but I got to be watching that. I still want to get enough beacons to tie him, or to still get the other 5 beacon gold that he got. So you always want to be aware of both. But that's the power of Gepards. They're just really fast and really strong.